Hey everybody, welcome back to Luke's Dollhouse. Today I'm going to be showing you what I've done, new updates, new printers. It's just a bonanza. And as you can see here, we've got the manufacturing tower of terror. Let's start at the top actually. I think top is a good place to start. You can see here the acrylic is in. I've 3D printed this enclosure. This is like your standard IKEA lack table times 4 stacked. And in here we've got, I got this little temperature sensor. I made a little enclosure for it. And in here is the resin printer. You can see it go. Maybe I'll do a little lift here for us. Look at that. Down it goes. You can see it shine. That's what it shines there. It's UV exposure. It's curing that resin, which is a stinky process. So I've got a little air filter in here. But I also am going to put a couple inside the printer in the little cover. And you may remember these 120 millimeter fans from when I did that GPU cooling Frankenstein garbage. I just designed and printed a couple little brackets in Tinkercad, and then slapped some carbon filter. You can just buy it by the sheet, cut it down, and I got a little heater in here because I want to keep the resin at an appropriate temperature. The cable management's not exactly great back here, but we're going to figure out kind of some ways to keep this gap and work in progress. Next layer is our fused deposition modeling layer. Fused deposition manufacturing. I mounted these fans nicely. I've got like little magnetic brackets here in case you want to remove them. And here I've got a little Wise cam. These are like $30. They work great. And I've got a pallet jack that actually you can like move into position with this little screw for when I'm like not around and I want to keep an eye on it. That gets a really good view. I've actually got the printer on an emergency stop as well, so I can like turn it off remotely. And got some lights. I really should buy another set of these IKEA lights and put them in the upper one to get some nice aesthetics there. But speaking of these fans, they are controlled by these little PWMs here that I purchased, a couple bucks each because they're cheap, shitty electronics. And I wired them into those old power supplies you've got in a box in your closet. Just cut off the connectors and wire them directly into these things. Boom, you got power. So they have, just like modes here. Flip that, and I can turn that, and that's on, and then you'll see the fans begin to spin. Hooray! So got two, one for the filter fans, one for the back pressure cooling fans here. And here's the power zone. This needs a little cable management organization. And this is actually a wash and cure machine. So the resin prints come out like mostly cured, and then you give them a little time in the turntable here. And then they'll cure up. Alternatively, it actually has a wash mode too. You can see the bin of isopropyl alcohol. It's got a little magnetic agitator, and then that'll clean off all the extra resin that you don't want to cure onto it. So that's what we got going on here. This is my little doll factory. I'm really into action figures right now, so I figured I'd make them at a mass scale. Here's one that just came out. Let's see. Needs a little curing there. Some of the resin. This is going to be an NPC my player characters interact with. How about that? We got some painted folks over here. Oh, we're watching a little MKBHD. Shout out to that guy. That's what we got going on, I guess. Anything else interesting to show?